Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're getting right into something pretty fundamental, how our bodies change, specifically looking at muscle as we age.
That's right. We've got some information here, a document looking at age and muscle loss.
Exactly. And our mission today is to sort of unpack the typical timeline for this, understand the impact, and maybe most importantly, see what can actually be done about it.
Yeah, it's a topic that hits close to home for many, even if they don't realize it yet. It's easy to think these are changes for much later life.
But this document suggests otherwise, right? It mentions age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, kicking in around age 35.
It does, about 1 to 2% loss per year starting then. It's often much earlier than people expect.
35. Wow, that seems surprisingly young. Is it even noticeable then?
Well, probably not dramatically in day-to-day stuff initially, but it's a gradual thing. Those small percentages, they add up over the decades.
And the information points to an acceleration later on.
Correct. After age 60, that rate can increase, potentially up to about 3% per year. So yeah, it definitely picks up pace.
Okay, 3%. That sounds like it would start to make a real difference. What does this mean in, actual pounds of muscle?
Good question. The document estimates that without regular strength training, an adult might lose something like 4 to 6 pounds of muscle per decade.
4 to 6 pounds.
And here's the kicker often. That muscle gets replaced by fat.
So the number on the scale might not really tell the whole story.
Exactly. You could weigh the same or even a bit more, but your body composition is shifting and you're losing that functional tissue.
That makes a lot of sense. The information also mentions different types of muscle fibers being affected differently.
Yes, this is really key. We have fast twitch fibers and slow twitch fibers. Think of fast twitch for power. Quick movements like catching yourself if you stumble or jumping up quickly.
Okay, the explosive stuff.
Right. And the document suggests we lose those fast twitch fibers more rapidly than the slow twitch ones, which are more for endurance.
So it's not just getting weaker overall, it's specifically losing that speed and power.
Precisely. It impacts your ability to react quickly, generate force rapidly.
And this obviously has real-world consequences. It's not just numbers in a lab.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Weaker muscles have a direct impact on independence. The document talks about everyday activities becoming harder, walking, sure, but also things like cleaning the house, carrying shopping, even getting dressed.
Simple things we take for granted.
Yeah, and beyond that, having less muscle mass and strength makes it tougher for the body to cope with illness or recover from an injury.
Right, your reserves are lower.
Exactly. The information points to a significantly higher risk of disability, like 1.5 to 4.6 times higher in older adults who have moderate to severe sarcopenia.
That's quite stark. And it connects to another point, raised balance and falls.
Definitely. Weak muscles, especially that loss of power from the fast twitch fibers, contribute significantly to balance problems.
Which logically increases the risk of falling.
Hugely. The document mentions a statistic. Something like 1 in 3 adults over 65 falls each year. And those falls can have really serious consequences. Hospitalizations, loss of independence.
It sounds a bit grim, but there's a positive side too, isn't there? The document highlights things we can do.
Yes, thankfully. It's not an inevitable decline you just have to accept. The information is quite clear that strength and power training are incredibly effective countermeasures.
How so?
Well, training can slow down the loss, make you less likely to fall in the first place, and potentially less likely to get seriously injured if you do fall.
So it builds resilience.
Exactly. And some studies even suggest training can help reverse some of the muscle loss and actually restore function, which is pretty amazing.
That is really encouraging. It's not just about slowing decline, but potential improvement. Now, are there other factors at play besides just the muscle tissue itself?
Good point. Yes, the document touches on a couple other things. One is a decrease in the number and the efficiency of mitochondria.
Those are the energy factories in the cells.
That's right, the powerhouses. Fewer or less efficient mitochondria means less energy for muscle function. And there's also deterioration in the nerve signaling system. The communication between your brain and your muscles can become less effective.
So it's a complex picture: muscle tissue, energy supply, nerve signals.
It all ties together. But one factor the document really emphasizes, and maybe the most actionable one, is disuse.
The use it or lose its principle.
Basically, yes. While aging is part of it, simply not using your muscles regularly is a major driver of muscle loss and the functional decline that follows. It really underlines the importance of staying active.
Okay, so let's recap this deep dive. The big picture from this information is that age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, is real. It starts surprisingly early, around 35, accelerates later, and affects not just strength, but power and speed.
And critically, this impacts daily life, independence, recovery from illness, and significantly increases fall risk.
And this is the important, but it's not entirely out of our hands. Disuse plays a huge role.
A huge role. And that means interventions like strength and power training can make a massive difference. They're powerful tools to fight back, maintain function, and stay independent longer.
Right. So the really empowering message here is that while aging happens, the consequences aren't fixed. We have agency.
We absolutely do.
So for everyone listening, given that this muscle loss can kind of sneak up on you, maybe masked by fat gain, so the scale doesn't change much, what proactive steps could you personally explore? How might you look into understanding and maybe addressing your own muscle health as you navigate aging? Definitely food for thought. Thanks for diving in with us today.